Welcome to Worth Old Coins, where we uncover hidden treasures and surprising values behind ordinary-looking coins. In today's video, we are going to explore two Jefferson nickel coins that may look circulated and worn, but carry unusual details that have caught the attention of serious collectors. The first coin is the 1981 P Jefferson Nickel, and the second is the 2016 P Jefferson Nickel, both with unique features that could make them stand out from millions of others. So stay with us until the end, because you might discover that a simple coin in your pocket could be worth far more than you ever imagined. First coin, the United States Jefferson Nickel, 5-cent coin from the year 1981 with a P mint mark. At first glance, this coin may look ordinary, circulated, and even worn, but collectors know that sometimes the most common-looking coins can carry surprising value. The 1981 Jefferson Nickel with the P mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint during that year. Millions of these nickels were produced and released into circulation across the United States. People use them every day for small purchases, vending machines, groceries, and transportation because of the high number of coins produced. Most 1981 Jefferson nickels today are still very common and usually worth only 5 cents, however. Within these large numbers, there are always rare examples that attract the attention of serious collectors. This particular example is described as a circulated coin, meaning it has been used in everyday transactions for many years. Because of this circulation, the coin shows visible wear and tear across its surface on the obverse side where Thomas Jefferson's portrait appears. You may notice smoothing on the high points, such as the hair, cheek, and jawline. These areas are usually the first to show wear after years of handling. Even with this wear, the main design of Jefferson remains clear and recognizable, which is an important factor when evaluating circulated coins. Turning the coin to the reverse side, you will see the famous Monticello building. One of the key details collectors examine on Jefferson nickels is the set of steps at the base of Monticello. In this example, the coin is described as stepless, meaning the fine lines that form the steps are not clearly visible. This usually happens because of long-term circulation wear or sometimes weak strikes during minting. While full steps are usually more desirable among collectors, even step-less coins can gain attention if they show other unusual characteristics. Another noticeable feature of this coin is its same toning across the surface. Toning happens naturally over time when the metal reacts with air moisture and environmental conditions instead of the original bright nickel color. The coin may show shades of gray silver or light brown. When toning appears even and natural across both sides, collectors often see it as a sign of authenticity and age. This uniform toning gives the coin a classic historic look that reflects its long journey through circulation. The coin is described as being in very fine condition. In grading terms, very fine condition means the coin still shows moderate detail, even after years of wear. The lettering remains readable. Jefferson's portrait is still clear, and the Monticello building is easily identifiable, although the steps may not be visible. The overall structure of the building remains strong. Coins in very fine condition are often appreciated because they show both history and remaining design detail. Now let's talk about the part that excites collectors the most, which is the possible value under normal circumstances. A circulated 1981 P Jefferson nickel is not rare. However, certain rare varieties, minting errors, or unusual die characteristics can make specific coins stand out from millions of others. When collectors discover such unique features, the demand for that coin increases significantly. Imagine a rare example of this: 1981 P Jefferson nickel being presented at a major auction. Experts carefully inspect the coin under magnification, studying its wear patterns, toning, and any unusual characteristics that separate it from standard examples once authenticated and recognized as a rare piece. Collectors begin bidding against each other to secure ownership of the coin. As the auction continues, the excitement in the room builds. Bidding starts at a modest level but quickly rises as more collectors join the competition. Each new bid reflects the growing interest and recognition of the coin's uniqueness in extraordinary situations where rarity, condition, and collector demand align perfectly. The final auction price can rise to astonishing figures. And in extremely rare and special circumstances, stories suggest that such a coin could reach a value imagined to be as high as $400,000 in today's competitive auction market. Stories like this inspire both experienced collectors and beginners to pay closer attention to their coins. Many valuable coins have been discovered in simple places such as jars, drawers, piggy banks, or pocket change collections. A coin that appears worn and ordinary might still carry hidden importance. Waiting to be discovered. Collectors often recommend examining coins under strong lighting and using a magnifying glass to study fine details. Always check the date. Carefully, confirm the presence of the P mint mark and observe the reverse side closely. Pay special attention to the Monticello building, the lettering, and the overall toning of the surface. Even small differences can sometimes make a big difference in value. The Jefferson Nickel series itself holds an important place in United States coin history, first introduced in 1938. It replaced the earlier Buffalo. Nickel designed the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, honors one of America's founding fathers, while the Monticello building on the reverse represents his historic home. Over the decades, this coin has remained a familiar part of American currency, passing through countless hands and witnessing everyday life. Every circulated coin carries a silent story. A 1981p Jefferson Nickel may have traveled across many cities, been used in stores, or saved in collections before reaching its present condition. These journeys add character to the coin and make coin collecting a meaningful and rewarding hobby. If you enjoy coin collecting or are just starting your journey, take time to review your coins carefully. Look through your collection's jars and spare change. You never know when you might discover a coin that stands out from the rest. Even coins showing wear and tear can sometimes hold unexpected value. Next coin, the United States. These coins were used in everyday life for small purchases, vending machines, parking meters, and general change, making them one of the most common coins in American currency. Because of this massive production, most 2016 Jefferson Nickels are only worth face value of 5 cents. However, certain examples with unusual characteristics or rare conditions can sometimes gain interest from collectors. This particular coin is described as circulated, meaning it has been used heavily in daily transactions over time and has passed through many hands as a result. It shows clear signs of wear and tear across its surface. On the obverse side, where Thomas Jefferson's portrait appears, you can see smoothing on the high points of the design, especially around the hair, cheek, and jawline. These areas are always the first to wear down due to constant handling. Even with this wear, Jefferson's portrait remains visible and identifiable, which is important for collectors when evaluating condition and authenticity. When we turn the coin to the reverse side, we see the iconic Monticello building, which is a key design feature of the Jefferson Nickel. One of the most important details collectors look at is the set of steps at the base of Monticello. In this example, the coin is described as stepless, meaning the fine lines representing the steps are not visible. This usually happens due to long-term circulation or weak striking. During the minting process, stepless Monticello details are very common in circulated coins, but still play an important role in grading and evaluation. Another important feature of this coin is the environmental damage that is clearly visible. As you can see, this coin has significant environmental damage, with noticeable pitting and staining on the reverse side. Pitting refers to small holes or rough marks on the surface of the coin caused by exposure to moisture, soil, or harsh environmental conditions. Staining appears as dark patches or uneven discoloration, which can form due to chemical reactions over time. This kind of damage often occurs when coins are stored in poor conditions or exposed to water or dirt for long periods of time. Because of this, the coin is described as being in poor condition, meaning that the surface is heavily affected and the original mint luster is mostly gone despite its condition. This coin still attracts attention because collectors often study unusual combinations of wear damage and strike characteristics even in modern coins. Now, when we talk about value, it is important to understand that under normal circumstances, a circulated and heavily damaged 2016p Jefferson Nickel would not have significant market value. It would typically remain at or very close to its face value. However, in rare and exceptional cases where unusual minting errors, Rare die varieties or unique characteristics are present. Collectors may show strong interest in such coins in extreme situations where demand and rarity combine. Some coins have been discussed in auction environments with values reaching very high estimates in collector markets, sometimes even up to $240,000. Although such values are extremely rare and depend on special conditions, they continue to create excitement among coin collectors and enthusiasts. Imagine this coin being presented at a professional auction where experts carefully examine it under magnification. They study the wear patterns, the pitting and staining on the reverse, and the step-less Monticello details. They compare it with known examples and check whether it contains any rare minting features. Once evaluation is complete, and if the coin is considered unusual, bidding begins slowly but steadily increases as collectors compete for ownership. Each new bid reflects growing interest and recognition of its uniqueness in rare scenarios where demand and special characteristics align. The final price can rise dramatically, which is why even damaged coins sometimes become the center of attention. Stories like this encourage collectors and beginners alike to carefully check their coins because valuable discoveries can sometimes be found in the most unexpected places. A simple jar of change or an old collection can hide something special waiting to be noticed. Collectors always recommend examining coins under good lighting, using a magnifying glass and carefully checking the date. Mint mark and reverse design details, especially the Monticello building and its surface condition. Even small variations can sometimes make a big difference in interest level. The Jefferson Nickel series itself has an important place in United States coin history, first introduced in 1938. It replaced the Buffalo nickel and has remained one of the most recognizable coins in circulation. The portrait of Thomas Jefferson honors one of the founding fathers of the United States, while Monticello represents his historic home. Over the decades, these coins have passed through countless hands and everyday transactions. This 2016 Jefferson Nickel, despite its wear-tear, environmental damage, and poor condition, still represents a small part of modern coin history and serves as a reminder that even ordinary-looking coins can sometimes carry extraordinary stories.